We are a baseball band, actually.
Yeah.
We did a baseball photo shoot, and our photographer put the Twilight blue on top of it, so it was like the baseball scene from Twilight.
There you go. It's nice. Classy.
Oh yeah.
Only the classes.
And that very same photographer, I might add, I saw on stage at Madison Square Garden on Monday shooting Me at the Altar and 5 Seconds of Summer. And she also did a run with us where we played a basement show earlier this year. So
Nice.
shout out to LA Rogers for being, both ends of the spectrum, the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah,
Literally
my
the
God.
greatest. She's awesome.
Well, we're gonna have to keep that in here. And so in order to keep that in here, that shout out, let's just hop right into it. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. This is Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I flipped that around. Matt caught it, and I was like, because normally I do that opposite. And so in my brain, it was really hard to do it, but I did it, and I feel really good about it. We've got the band Smooth Brain on the show today. Friends, welcome. How's it going?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So we're talking baseball. Before we get super deep into it, what's your teams? What do we got here?
Phillies, baby.
Phillies. Okay.
Yankees.
Is that it? All Phillies?
No.
No, no.
All Phillies. Okay. All Phillies. Moving
No,
on.
Yeah.
no. I was gonna. We went over before we did this. We went over like a who's going first kind of order.
Okay.
I was waiting to see if we were gonna apply that order to this question.
I want chaos. Let's go.
But
Let's
no.
go.
I'm Yankees, and and that's the team. The band team is Yankees.
The band team is
Whoa.
Yankees.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't even
Wow.
watch baseball. Don't speak for yourself.
I mean, we've got a bit of a rivalry here then, because obviously
Ew.
we're the Twins.
Oh.
Get out of here, Yankees.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you guys are better than us right now, so is that.
Everybody-
But
Everybody
I
gets
walked-
one.
we played a show in Philly last week, and I slept at Izzy's place on a mattress because her place is close to Philly.
Mhm.
And I walked in, and her dad was literally like head to toe in Phillies gear.
Nice.
The tank top, the hat, the shorts, everything. Phillies. We are
You were-
It'd
Phillies
be even
You were
better
household.
in
if it was
danger.
in like it'd be even better if it was in like a baseball jersey though, like head to toe. Like he got the
Yeah,
pants on. Yeah.
They
cleat.
have
He's on the team.
yeah, he's on the team actually.
Believe it or not.
They have jersey overalls for the Phillies, and I really want to get a pair. They're really cool.
Nice. This sound
They're
comfortable.
awesome.
I'd wear them. No, I mean not Phillies ones, but I'd wear like baseball overalls.
Kara's just like, no.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
wear it to one of our shows. Haha.
Yes. It's style. It's style.
Y'all don't know fashion.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So let's get into like this, some music stuff. So y'all released your latest EP, Friendly Fire, at the end of June this year. Tell us a bit about the record.
So yeah, it's a collection of songs that we wrote over the past year. It's got a lot of emotion in it. I feel like it's got something for everybody, like genre-wise as well, because we kind of all come from different musical like backgrounds of like who likes what and stuff. So we try to mesh that together, like hardcore, classic rock, pop punk, all of that. I feel like I'm a fan of like everything, but everybody has their favorites, and I think I lean towards like the alt indie side. So I bring that. Hare brings classic rock. Marin brings hardcore. Jordan's our pop punk certified pop punk lover.
All right.
But I think it comes together really well, and I think it really shows in this EP, like way more than our first album, because that was like our first swing at everything. But I feel like now this is like a more mature, like developed version of our sound.
Right. So going down the line here in your guys' order of whichever you figured out. So if each of you bring a different aspect, well, what is your main influence in that genre?
Mm.
Down the line.
skip me because I need to think for a second.
I mean, as Izzy said, I'm sort of like the classic. I'm kind of like they make fun of me. I'm like the boomer Benz person on the record.
Someone's got to do it.
It's got to be done. But yeah, I think a lot of my guitar solos it's kind of like quintessentially classic rock, but in major keys. So I try and add, bends, shreddy, some tapping, and that does happen in alternative and pop punk, but like kind of want to do it even more like aggressive and emotional. So yeah, it's kind of mixing that with also being able to be melodic and play, less notes too. I think we have a really good mix of that on our newest EP.
Right on. What band would you say is your biggest influence then for the shreddies?
It's got to be like a combination of Joan Jett and the Runaways, and then also Guns N' Roses and like Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Who's next?
I could go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Izzy said, I really love hardcore, and I kind of got through it like through metal, but like in my like childhood. But I feel like I try to bring like the movement that comes from hardcore into like pop punk, and it's like obviously they come from each other, so like it's not like completely out of place.
Absolutely.
But I feel like the like sort of like movement and like energy that like comes from being at a hardcore show is something that I like to bring into pop punk, and I feel like a lot of pop punk bands are like kind of bringing that back and like rekindling it. Not like like tempo swaps like every other like song section and that kind of stuff, but it's still like it's like if you want to hit hard, you hit hard and you could get people moving with it.
Absolutely. So what band is one of your influences, your biggest influence in that genre?
Oh man. I mean, I feel like just because they have so much out, like maybe like Terror.
Oh, I love
Terror.
Terror.
They've been at it forever. Scott Vogel, he's the man, Godfather.
Keepers of the Faith.
Yeah. And I feel like they kind of consistently bring the like it's like the whole song is like trudging, and then something unexpected happens, and then the place goes apeshit. So it's like I mean, like it's everything from like the beat down to like the Youth Crew stuff. So it's like everything has that sort of energy. It's like you could capture lightning in a bottle if you wanted to.
Love it. Awesome. All right. Who's next? Jordan.
Yeah, so I play drums in the band.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for my like what I bring, I guess, because so when I was growing up, I was like a huge Green Day fan.
Okay.
And I was loving like the origins of pop punk. So like Green Day, I knew every record like the back of my hand. And I was never like a massive Blink-182 fan, but like Travis Barker in particular, I think is the best ever at what he does.
Right.
I could watch Travis YouTube videos, just like watching him do rudiments or how he applies rudiments to his songs. I could watch those for hours. And then, during the Warped Tour years, I was listening to a lot of that pop punk from like the mid 2000s to 2010s. So I was, like the kind of the Paramores of the world. And then, not to ignore like the Something Corporates and things like that, and also like the Mayday Parades and the State Champs and the Neck Deeps. And like Neck Deep is one of my favorite bands of all time.
Okay.
And now I think what's happening in pop punk is really interesting because of the mainstream explosion that it's experiencing right now, like the Olivia Rodrigos kind of the world who are putting pop punk elements into their songs, or like the Juice WRLDs who are kind of doing like emo rap and things like that. Sure. I think that's kind of rejuvenated a genre that never went away, but wasn't experiencing the same success.
Right.
And I think now what's happening is because of the massive mainstream appeal, the underground scenes are starting to reflourish. And now you're starting to see like the 2010s bands like Neck Deep are starting to play like 10,000 cap shows in the UK. And now like the bands in the scene, like there's a scene brewing right now, like bands like Action Adventure and Honey Revenge and Meet Me at the Altar are really, really popping off. And what I kind of bring to the band is I think I take all of those eras and I try to take what I think is the best of all of them and incorporate it into not just the drumming, but the songwriting, like the songs that I'm bringing to the band or whatever I want to add to something that Ben or Izzy or anybody else has written. Like, I think it's good to kind of know what's going on in the genre and where the genre has come from so that we can progress it forward a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So you say your kind of your bigger drumming influences would be like Green Day, Blink-182. That's kind of where they stemmed from.
Yeah, for sure. I think Travis Barker is probably number one. I think he's where it all came from and where it still needs to go. But I mean, there's so many bands that are in tons of different genres whose drumming I really appreciate. Like the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold, I think I take a lot of influence from, and like even Turnstile's style of drumming, I think is really groovy and important to the genre. I think there's so much I could go on for hours, but there's a lot that I try to take in before I put it back out.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Izzy, you had some time.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. It's hard for me to answer this question almost because I have listened to I've gone through a love of so many genres, and I feel like now it's at pop punk, and now it's I'm listening to all of the new bands that are out there: Honey Revenge, Meet Me at the Altar, Action Adventure, all of them, even more. And before it was high school was all indie, and then before that even was classic rock,
Sure.
Thin Lizzy, David Bowie, the Beatles, all of that stuff, what my parents, were raised on. But I feel like I just try to draw inspiration from all of those genres that I've loved so much. Like Halsey was a big one for me in high school. Nice. I really, really loved Halsey. Badlands, that first album, that was so good. I loved that. And I think other, Cage the Elephant, bands like that, I really drew a lot of inspiration from just in I don't know, how sweet their melodies were. And I kind of liked the folkiness of it. And just how it also had pop elements too. It could be played on the radio. It wasn't so off the wall that it wouldn't be on every radio station, pop radio.
Right.
So yeah, I think I draw a lot of inspiration from artists like that. Arctic Monkeys, Paramore, obviously. I've always loved Hayley Williams and stuff. I feel like I've always taken a lot from her too. But there's so many I could go on to.
Good. That's awesome.
Do you all have any new music in the works?
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to tell us about it, or is it a secret?
It's a secret. We have a couple songs in the works. We have about 10 demos that we've just been playing around with and stuff. We have one that's pretty much done and ready, and 2 or 3 that I'm working on. I'm going through some stuff right now, so I'm taking a break from the songwriting. So sure. Yeah, but it's sure. They're coming out good. I mean, I feel like this is going to be some of the best stuff that we've ever written. I mean, it feels to me already, which is so exciting because it's wow, there's so much more to do. There's so many more songs to play with. I'm just so excited.
It's funny. I was on the phone last night with Leah, L space E space A, who you guys might know.
Yep, we know Leah.
And she's become a really good friend since we played a gig together in Philly a few months ago. And she was asking the same question, which is how much new music do you guys have in the works? And I went through our Google Drive and I counted everything. And we currently have 5 songs that are in demoed, quote unquote, format. These are ready for the next step. And then 18 songs that we're playing around with.
Oh, so nice. There you go.
I didn't even count them. That's amazing.
I think we just like to write and we like to play, and that's what we just want to do all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Anyone else
there
got
is
anything to add?
I was gonna say Ben isn't here, and he hasn't represented his musical influence to everyone.
Oh.
You're right.
But
right.
Ben is our other guitarist.
Okay.
And I feel where Jordan brings a lot of 2010 forward pop punk, Ben brings a lot of the elder emo type stuff.
Okay.
We say that he's our resident Fall Out Boy expert because he is. But yeah, I feel like he sort of brings that sort of like raw energy that to an extent pop punk had back in the day, where it kind of was just like melodic punk.
Right.
So like he loves doing the octaves, he loves like having like tappy parts wherever they fit, and like a lot of sort of dynamic changes that as the era was, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was different. Like at that point in time, it was a lot more raw. Still, I mean, now now it's a lot cleaner. But I don't know. But there's also like a lot of bands that are doing really cool raw stuff right now too.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it's in a good. We're in a good pop punk's in a good spot. It's
It
like
is.
a whole bunch of everything right now. It's
I
pretty
keep
rad.
saying exactly that. Like the genre's in a really good place right now. I think the community is really, and our number one thing that we keep talking about is community.
Mhm.
Like that's our number one goal is we want to be a part of this community and build our own,
Right.
and create a space where like listeners of all kinds and musicians of all kinds can kind of come together and feel like part of something. And I feel like the genre is in a really good place community wise. There's a really good scene that's happening right now.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Can't agree more. Izzy, this one's a bit more. Well, not a bit more. It's completely for you. So I was reading. Your song "Over Again" is about how your house had burnt down, and you getting your family out. Did you find a sense of healing when writing about that tragic event and sharing it with the world?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was so healing to just write it and like finally put those words to a song, because I've always used writing as a tool to like express myself and get out emotions that are like stuck in there. I've always loved journaling. I've always loved just like writing poetry, writing lyrics whenever they come to me, and just getting it out in that way. I feel like expressing it in that way, it's less bottled up inside. You feel it like kind of decompressed off of your shoulders. So that's it definitely was healing. But I was so scared to release it. Like the night before I realized, I was like, oh my God, this song is really going out to the world. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that. But it was gratifying when it did happen. I was really glad that I did it, and glad that I could share my story, because there might be other people who've, gone through something similar, maybe not even a similar situation to mine, but just felt a similar way. It felt like, the situation that they're in is just terrible. They just keep, thinking about it every day, all day. And that's just something to, help relate to, help relieve those feelings a little bit.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. You were just talking about community and like building a community. So your bio on your website states that you're forging community through impassioned songs about love and heartbreak, confusion and nostalgia, queer joy, and pure rage. What does representing the LGBTQ community mean to you?
It means so much. I mean, I feel like it's so important right now, especially to like have representation for LGBT community. And, you know, it just feels good when we do it. It feels good. It's like, we know that we're meant to do this when we do it, because somebody needs to do it. Like somebody needs to do it. And I'm happy to be it. I'm happy to spread queer love and pure rage, about certain things that aren't so great right now. But at least we can come together as a community and say, you're safe here, you're safe at our shows, you're safe, if listening to our music makes you happy and makes you feel safe, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, totally. And like, I think a big thing we try to do is make our live shows as like comfortable as possible, that everyone feels like they can move and like dance and see us moving and dancing as, mostly a queer band, to show that you can like just live your life and like express joy, and pursue things that you want to do. Something I always like, we have meetings every week, and something we talk about is like, how do we get, one, build the community, like Jordan said, and two, like build a diverse community of people who, come to our shows and like see people who look like them, see people who don't look like them, but everyone feels safe and comfortable. And that really matters to us when we play live and when we write music. We want, we want people to like vibe with it,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like with, not to say that like we're on the most public channels of all time and like everybody, Smooth Brain is a household name and that kind of stuff, but it's like
okay.
as we're making moves, like early on in the band, I sort of like had the realization of like, oh, like my identity and my transition is now like public essentially. Because it's like obviously you want to put yourself out there when you're a band. So that was one of the things that I felt like I had to like come to terms with. It's like, okay, like everyone that I meet will have to know. And that's sort of a scary situation to negotiate. But I feel like being so public about it and like, I guess like marketing ourselves as like, yes, like we are a queer band, it sort of, I feel like it sort of puts forth the message of like, yes, like you can pursue the thing that you're feeling inside and also be happy and successful. Like it is possible. Like if I could be like a poster child for someone, then it's like that would be awesome. Like if I'm the first like trans person that someone sees at a show and they're like, oh shit, like they're rocking out and playing on stage, like wait a second, I can do that. Like it's okay if I do that. Then I feel like that is an example that I want to put forth as a queer person and a trans person.
There's a lot of hurtful stuff going on right now around queer and trans people.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that we're acutely aware of and has affected us directly.
Sure.
Like this is kind of like a small semi-news drop, but we'll be doing our first tour in a couple of months. And
nice.
We're trying to figure out where to go. And like, do we go to a place like Florida is like a question that comes up. And
fair question.
And I think because of all of these issues, I think there's two ways that we could respond to them as a band trying to be like a public figure or a touring band that people look at. I think one of those ways is to fight back with anger and to be pissed about what's going on. And I think another way is to provide a place for people to escape it and dance and feel good about themselves. And when we think about like, should we do one or the other, our answer was kind of, why not do both? I think there's a place for both.
Yeah. So that's where the queer joy and pure rage comes from.
Yeah, that line wasn't, just kind of feel good or sound good or whatever. That was like a very meticulously crafted sentence.
Yeah, it makes sense. No, I completely agree. And that's, it's a lot to fucking navigate right now when no one should have to do that.
Yeah.
But that's why we're here, right? We're ready for the challenge.
And we're happy you are here. So one of the things I was looking at and looking back, your music video for No Pressure was part of our first couple episodes of the top 10 video countdown, made it all the way up to number 3. You're also a very active member in our Unsigned pop punk community. We kind of talked about this, but what would you say are some of your favorite things about the pop punk community as a whole?
I love how diverse it is. Like, I just really love how, everyone can just come together and feel this joy, feel the music, vibe with everyone, not have to feel any sort of like hatred or anything like that. It's really nice. It's really nice when people can come together and actually not be at each other's throats.
Yeah, super positive.
Yeah, if I can kind of double down on that, I also come from like a little bit of like the metal community where there's a lot of elitism and gatekeeping, and it's exhausting to be a part of. And I love heavy music, but it's exhausting to see that happening. And one thing I love about this Unsigned pop punk community, which you guys are trying to do, the artists that you're spotlighting they're diverse in race, in sexual orientation, in gender, in pop punk sound, just like the kind of pop punk that they make. And everybody is just so happy to support each other.
Yeah.
Like becoming friends with some of the artists that have been on the Unsigned Pop Punk countdowns, like Leah and Pennyboard and House Parties. And I could go on and on, and Caslin and Goalkeeper and so many of our friends in those bands has been really, really cool because nobody is at each other's throats. Everybody is just so stoked to try to lift each other up.
That's Absolutely. Such a good way to put it. Yeah. Everybody's stoked on each other. It's so awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, it's, you know, we're just like you, we're trying to, you know, build a community, and that we all want the same thing. That's why we fit in each other's communities. You know, we all want to support each other, love each other, just see everybody just fucking stoked to just be doing stuff. Yeah. And I think, you know, we just got to keep making this community grow.
No, we do. Thank you for helping foster this community. You guys really have done such a great job.
Trying. It's, you know, just, I think it's all about just like being cool with other people.
Yeah.
You guys have introduced us to a bunch of other artists who like we've since become friends with, like because of the community. Like Leah's one of them. Like
Leah,
I Guess I Like You Anyway video.
Oh,
I
so
think,
good.
Like when we were watching that, we all got fucking stoked on it.
Yeah.
And you know, we were playing our Friendly Fire release show, and we hit her up and said, "Are you around?" And she was like, "It's funny, I live across the country, but I'm gonna be in town that week, so let's make it happen." And we made it happen.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we're trying to talk to her about an event that we're doing in Texas. Don't know a whole lot about it at this moment. By the time this episode comes out, I would assume we know more, but yeah, we're having a stage at a fest that's being put on down there. So.
Nice.
Ooh.
Come on. Yeah.
So it should be fun.
Yeah.
Is this breaking news? Is this a news drop?
Really, we're announcing it here, I guess.
Oh my god.
But I don't know.
News.
I don't know a whole lot about it though.
Is this an unsigned pop punk bomb?
It might be.
Might be.
It might be at this. Yeah, it might be at this point. Like I said, when this episode comes out, y'all might already know all about it. But at this current moment, only a handful of people know.
Only us.
We're honored.
Well, you are a grip. So let's say 2 handfuls of people.
They're going straight to TMZ after this, and
oh man, hey,
I was hearing about it.
If TMZ gave a fuck, I'm in.
Or hey, maybe you're listening to this in the future, and maybe it's already happened and it was fucking sick.
And
yeah, round of applause. Unsigned Pop Punk did it. Yeah.
Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah,
that was a successful event.
Successful event. Did it. We did it, guys. Yes.
We got one more question before we go to a quick break. If you could give our listeners one piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were starting your journey, what would it be? To all of you. I know it's a hard question.
Can I start one?
Yeah.
This is to younger me, and this is to any young musician. Just put out the song. Just go play the show. Send the email. Don't fucking think about it. Just do it, because you could either not do it or you could do it, and doing it is better.
I like it.
That's good advice. Mine would be to stop taking everything so seriously. Kind of on that note of like, just do it. Like, stop, overthinking, because there's no point in it. You're either going to do it now or never do it at all. There's literally no time like the present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, similar to Izzy, I would say don't judge so harshly yourself and other people.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, I feel like mine is almost like a just do it, because I feel like it's like you're never gonna have the perfect time to jump and do it. Like you're just gonna have to jump, and it's gonna be scary. but just be brave about it.
And that's not to say like don't work hard at things and don't try to perfect your craft. Like do all that stuff, but like at some point you're going to put out the song and it's going to feel really good and people are going to love it and you're going to be so glad you did it.
Well, in like all that's great advice. And the thing is like there's so many different avenues you can take. You can be the person that just writes, records, demos it, and was like, I don't want to wait, puts it out, and that might work. You could be the person that waits, demos it, goes to a studio, puts it out. You might be the person that gets a producer or 3 producers. There's a whole bunch of different ways, and all of them are okay. Just do it. The only thing that like we're all in agreement is do it. Don't not do it. So I think a lot of people get stuck on waiting for some specific perfect time that it just doesn't exist. The perfect time is when you feel is right to do it. And, maybe putting out that demo version of the song wasn't the right choice. Well, but that's also now a learning experience. Now you know. And now you know what you want to do next time. You'll never know if you don't do it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I think that's a beautiful way to put it, that everybody's got their own path. There's no one right one.
Right.
And just a friendly reminder that Me Meet the Altar's first EP is not available on Spotify, but it is on YouTube. And there's a reason it's like the reason they did it that way. They put it out, they got better, they took it off Spotify. You can still find it though. And I think that's a perfectly fine path. They figured it out for themselves, and I think they're doing okay.
Right. That's why we have this question. This is how we end this segment for all 100 some episodes. Same question that ends it, because everybody's got a different answer, and every answer is right. There's no wrong answer to this question. I mean, other than just quit. That's the wrong answer.
Yeah, that would be a wrong one, I guess.
That would be the wrong answer. But everybody's path is different, and it doesn't, even if you take a certain path, it doesn't mean it's either going to end in tragedy or end in success. You just never know.
Exactly.
You just gotta try.
Yeah, and the only thing you can really control, right, is the process. The rest of it is totally out of your control. I think something that's totally underrated now, especially, was sort of like immediate, hear me go on a tangent, but immediate gratification is like the value of improvement. Like, just get a little bit better at something every day. And if that has to do with music, that's fine. If that has to do with like mental health, that's fine. But yeah, I think all of us are just like, just do it, because that's all you can control is like right now.
Yeah. You make your own luck.
And because of, social media and things like that, instant gratification has become significantly harder to not seek. Like the TikTok age that we're in. If you don't get 100,000, 1 million views on your TikTok, no one gave a shit. That's it. I'm done. Fuck it. I'm out. Like things like that, TikTok, it's all fucking random. It's all luck. The luck of the time, the luck of the people watching. It's all luck. There's no perfect time to post something to where you're going to get 1 million views. There's no perfect content. It's all luck. But you're never going to get lucky if you don't do it.
Yes.
Yeah. And with that, though, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment. What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're going to save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to GFUEL.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned Pop Punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man.
And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. We are hopping into Pat's favorite segment, my favorite segment, anyone's favorite segment, food.
Yeah, because I love food.
Yummy.
Food for thought segment.
This is
Food.
food for thought segment.
Food for thought.
Yeah, because, you know, like I said, like I was telling you during our little commercial break, we just end up talking about food. It's just one of the things that we always talked about in the obscure question segment. So we figured, why not? We'll just make it the whole segment. Oh, Jordan, you're gonna get hungry. He typed in the little chat. He's gonna get so hungry. You're gonna get hungry.
It's inevitable.
I haven't eaten dinner.
This is
Neither have
what
I.
we
I'm
do.
literally
This is what we do.
starving.
I haven't eaten dinner actually at this point yet either. So let's get hungry together. So we'll start out here. The East Coast is known for a lot of different famous foods. Pizza, crabs in Maryland. You know, in your opinion, what would you say is the most underrated East Coast food there is, or one that maybe doesn't get the spotlight it deserves? What you got? Bring us food.
Philly cheesesteak from Jim's on South Street.
I would say that that's probably got some spotlight.
I was gonna say it's got a little spotlight. That was just the first thing that came to my mind, and I was like, wow, that sounds so good right now.
Yeah,
But you mean Philly cheesesteak from that place?
From that place specifically, yes.
Once again, though, Jim still has the spotlight.
I know they do.
I've
You're
been
right.
to Jim's.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in Minnesota.
Wow.
So
Northern
I've
Minnesota.
had Jim's multiple times.
It's so
Delicious.
good. Yeah.
Cheesesteak question. Are you a cheese whiz or non-cheese whiz?
Whiz wit only.
Okay. Just checking.
Well, I mean, if we're going like obviously New York pizza has all the spotlight, but
Right.
specific places, like whenever people say what's the best pizza in New York, I get a lot of Prince Street pizza. I get a lot of Famous Joe's. No. You guys are wrong.
Okay.
The best pizza in New York is at Vinny's in Williamsburg, which they have the
Incorrect.
pizza section slice, which is little
Incorrect.
slices. It's little slices of pizza on top of a giant slice of pizza. That's the best pizza in New York.
What?
So
Have you ever been to Pizza Suprema near MSG?
Uh-oh.
It's so good.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry,
Uh-oh.
I don't spend time in Midtown, so I don't really.
The New Yorkers are fighting.
we decided to talk about New Yorkers and pizza. Obviously, we're gonna fight.
and if we're talking about underrated foods, the one that doesn't get the attention it deserves, put that pineapple on that pizza. I want to see it, I want to taste it. That's what I want.
I like it.
Yeah.
I have a hot take when it comes to that, though. I do like pineapple on pizza, but I don't like ham. But
Me
I
too.
do like pineapple and pepperoni.
Ooh, that's good.
I think that's a good opinion. I don't eat meat, but I think that's a good opinion.
Yeah, I don't like ham.
I don't either, yeah.
But pepperoni?
It's gonna be my next pizza order, yeah. I gotta try that.
So if you're ever in New York, there's a place on the Upper West Side called Mama's 2 that does a slice with one giant piece of pepperoni and hot honey on it, and that's really, really good.
Oh, I can fuck with that. I have some hot honey inside right now. I like it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
I think like another underrated food is Thai food in New York City.
Okay.
It is so good.
Big Thai food person. I would agree with
Might be
this.
right.
I enjoy some
right.
Thai food.
I feel like I was gonna say, in a weird way, just like bad diner burgers. just there's something about it because it's not fast food bad, but it's like diner bad. You know, you get me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The diner burgers, there's something special.
Just
especially
the biggest
right
burger you've
diner
ever seen.
burger.
Oh, yeah. They hit different at 2 a.m. too.
I think that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Bad diner burgers at 2 a.m.
My go-to at the diner would be like the sampler platter at 2 a.m.
Oh yeah,
That's the one.
I'm
My
talking waffle fries.
Waffle
when
fries.
I went to Fordham Lincoln Center for college, and 2 blocks away from that college is the Flame Diner. And I used to go there as a freshman in 2016 to
Oh, we lost you. Sounds
Lost
gone.
your audio.
Audio gone.
Audio gone.
But your video is perfect.
Your video, however, is going.
You look
cruising.
great. You look so good.
Yeah. You got good mouth movement.
We
There
should
it
do
goes.
a bad lip reading.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
add some bad lip reading.
am I back?
You're back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start that story over again because it's good.
Okay.
I was a freshman at Fordham Lincoln Center in 2016. There was a diner 2 blocks away called the Flame Diner.
Yeah.
And I used to go there at 2 a.m, like 2 or 3 nights a week when I was done with, studying or other activities. And I also found out later on that Lord's 2017 seminal album Melodrama was mostly written at the Flame Diner at 2 a.m. based on interviews that she did talking about it.
That's pretty
And
cool.
she wrote it in 2016, which means that Lord and I have probably been in the same diner at the same time.
Yeah.
multiple times.
How have you never told this story before? What the hell?
And spoiler alert, I'm sorry, but we all know that Lord is Stan's dad. We all know that. So
Yes, we do.
if you don't know that, I'm sorry to break it to you.
If you don't know, now you know, and if you know, then you know.
It's Randy. Sorry, guys.
Randy Marsh.
I am Lord.
Integrity Farms.
Was it Lord that had like a secret, like, was it like an onion ring rating Instagram or something? Was it onion rings? I feel like I have that wrong.
Yep, it was onion rings in New York.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
She probably rated those ones if they had them there.
Hopefully.
What does the record say?
My favorite Flame story is that my roommate went there, threw up in a cup because she was drunk, and then they gave her free mozzarella sticks.
Oh,
That'll soothe your
Easy.
tummy. Yeah, fried
Yeah.
cheese.
yeah. Fried dairy.
That's wild.
I like it.
Diner logic doesn't exist.
No, it does not exist. Diner
It-
logic has left the show.
It is a timeless and lawless place at a 24-hour diner.
Well, I mean, it's not as lawless as a Waffle House, but
Yeah.
it gets a
I
little
have
rough.
never been to
It's
Waffle
it's the
House.
closest we have on the East Coast.
Fair. Shit
One
gets
day we'll
real
play.
wild at the Waffle House.
One day we'll play a Waffle House.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not a Denny's because that's already been done, but a
A
waffle.
waffle. Yeah.
It'll happen. It'll be a dangerous
It'll be
scene.
behind like a chain link fence. You know, like one of those old like
The Blues Brothers scene.
Blues Brothers and
Yeah.
shitty ass bar, but it's they have to have it at the Waffle House. Keep people safe.
But like we have to sign the waiver.
Yeah, you have to sign the waiver to play. Anything
so
could happen. This is Waffle House.
You also have to cook the food because it's
Yeah,
waffle.
you have to. Cook the
They can't afford.
I can't afford cooks.
Alexa, play Waffle House by the Jonas Brothers. I hope everybody's Alexa just went off.
I hope
We all
so.
wearing headphones.
Yeah.
We are. We're good.
Yeah, but the listener isn't.
The listeners, though, Matt. The
Gotcha.
listener. You're just having. You're gonna make the people like shut off this podcast to listen. I mean, that's fair. That's fine.
Like,
Matt,
no.
hit him with that next one.
You're each given a blank check to buy yourself your dream meal. What is it?
Oh no.
Cut the part where I'm thinking because I gotta think.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. Cut it.
It might be. I wouldn't say this is my dream meal, but I think I would pay exorbitant amounts of money to eat it again. I was in Vegas at some point, and I was paying too much money for like expensive like casino food.
As one does.
Yeah, of course. And they had like a massive surf and turf platter. And this was like right before I went vegetarian. Okay. So I think just like that final meal that I had was just like, whoa. It was just massive. It was like lobster mac and cheese or something, and like surf and turf, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, oh, I have to pay for this. Okay. So if I had a large check, then I could do
it's
that.
blank. You can do whatever you want.
Easy.
All right.
I don't know. I would definitely get like everything on the menu at a really nice restaurant. I don't know, like Del Frisco's or something. Have you ever been to Park in Philly? That's a really good one. Oh, so good. It's in Rittenhouse. They have really good food on that menu. Oh my God. Tuna carpaccio. I think about that all the time. I dream about it.
Those are good dreams. I normally dream about like I have weird dreams.
Like I'm dreaming about
me
like
too,
my
though. No, actually.
home and like my childhood trauma, and Izzy's dreaming about like food. Like I'm jealous of that.
Sometimes I have weird dreams too, though. My one reoccurring dream that's weird, I'll just, a little side note. It's Mr. Softy driving down my street in the dark with his headlights on, but it like doesn't seem like there's anybody driving. It's just the truck driving itself, and then it drives down my street and pulls into my driveway. And it's really scary, and that happens a lot.
Not the ghost Mr. Softy.
Ghost Mr. Softy. Anytime I see a Mr. Softy at nighttime with the lights on, I seriously get like flashbacks, and I'm like, don't kill me, Mr. Softy.
Izzy, what the double fuck are you talking about?
I don't know what a Mr. Softy is.
I have no idea.
Sounds questionable.
It's an ice cream truck. It's like
it's an ice cream truck. It's
that plays music.
Wait, y'all don't have Mr. Softy?
Oh, it's a huge truck, huge Mr. Softy truck.
Oh, and you know what else?
And there's no drivers.
No drivers.
You know what else you guys don't have that we have is Nathan's Fries, and I learned that recently.
No, I mean we have like Nathan's hot dogs, right? That's a
thing, okay, so you do have it. Yeah, a friend of mine from the Midwest recently was like, "Yeah, we don't have Nathan's. I don't know what that is."
I mean, isn't it a hot dog brand?
Yeah, but like I feel like they're known for their crinkle cut fries.
Oh yeah, I mean, like we don't have like a Nathan's or anything. Like you can get Nathan's hot dogs in like the, Walmart.
Oh, so you don't have like at baseball stadiums or like on the beach at the boardwalk, you don't have like a Nathan's stand?
We only have beaches for like 3 months. We don't have hot dog stands at our beaches.
Mr. Softy driving around.
We have the Schwann's ice cream truck or something like that, but it's also got like meatloaf meals and shit inside it. I don't know.
You're saying that Joey Chestnut doesn't make a tour stop in Minnesota?
No, we've had what's it? Guy Fieri.
Oh, there you
go. Oh yeah,
a couple times.
My dude. That's my dude.
He stopped by a couple diners here.
Yeah.
He's done some stuff in New York stuff. And he posted a picture recently, either wearing or standing next to somebody wearing a shirt that said like "Protect Trans Kids" or something, and I was like, "That's my dude."
Didn't he also like officiate like 100 lesbian couples or something?
No way. That's
like
awesome.
at the same time.
Like
he's a pretty rad
human being, or like a wedding.
Like wedding.
All right, who's gonna win the lesbian wedding? Okay, blank
Put me
check.
in, coach.
Blank check food.
I'm going back. I'm making a food up. I'm going back to Pizzaception at Vinny's in Williamsburg.
Okay.
I'm putting the little slice of pizza on the regular slice of pizza on a bigger slice of pizza on a bigger slice of pizza, and I'm just eating that.
Oh, okay. I
Wow.
like it. I mean, that's your blank check. You do what fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell me I can't. So
Oh man.
Okay.
You know, what all that's made me think of is that with a blank check, I would bring back Godfather's pizza and I would have their taco pizza.
That sounds good.
Pizza.
that does sound good. I also just remembered the time Action Adventure played a show in Brooklyn, and Blake said on stage, because they're from Chicago, Blake said on stage that deep dish pizza is better than New York pizza, and almost got booed off stage.
They don't even eat deep dish pizza. That's not even a Chicago. That's tourists. I have interviewed enough Chicago people. That's fucking tourist pizza.
We interviewed them.
Wow.
And we interviewed them. Yeah. They yelled at us about putting ketchup on hot dogs.
And
Oh, wow.
Hours to cook out.
Yeah, and talked about cookout.
Wait, what's the hot take about ketchup on hot dogs?
Oh, you don't
In
do that.
Chicago.
You don't fucking do that. It's not only Chicago. Where was the other place that we found out? It's also a no-no. I don't know.
I think people get mad in New York if you put ketchup on a hot dog.
Why?
That's
What
the
are you
default.
supposed to put
What?
ketchup on?
I feel like people
Hot
say
dogs, burgers, fries.
I feel like people say that the hot dog condiment is mustard.
It's both.
I mean,
It's
sure.
both.
Yeah.
It's both.
If I have the option, I'm gonna put ketchup. I'm gonna put mustard. I'm gonna put little bits of onion. I might even put
Yeah.
relish on there
Yeah.
if I want to go full bore on my hot dog. But I'm not gonna have a hot dog with just mustard. That's gross.
That's gross. Yeah.
Wait, while we're on the food segment and we're talking hot dogs, have you been to this one very specific place in Clifton, New Jersey called Rutt's Hut? It only serves hot dogs that are called the Ripper,
Okay.
and they're just like Costco size hot dogs that are just like cooked to fuck.
What the fuck? Why have I
And-
never heard of
Fuck.
this?
I think it's like the most known place in that town, which is
Really?
funny. Yeah.
The
Have you had Hot
Ripper.
Dog Johnny's? Hot Dog Johnny's is like, oh,
Do you guys call your hot
It's so
dogs
fun.
glizzies?
I don't.
I would
I
say
should-
that is a very popular thing to do in New York.
I would say that I have before, but not all the time.
being at a Yankee game with a guy, and I was born in Manhattan, but I wasn't raised in New
Get me a
York City.
glizzy.
Yeah, like I was not raised in New York City. I was born in New York City, but I wasn't raised there. And I feel like being with a person who was born and raised in New York City, being at a Yankee game and hearing them say, "Hey, you want to get some glizzies?" is like a different thing to experience. Like,
I've never used that word. Born and raised in Manhattan, I've never used that word in my entire life.
I feel like it's hear me out, okay?
never
And hit me up in the comments if you need to bash me. It's fine. I think if you're calling her hot dog a glizzy, you're just looking for attention.
Yeah.
you're waiting for somebody to go, "Hey, yo," or something.
Hey, that's a hot dog, not a glizzy. And you're like, want to fight about it? And then they just and
Getting all glizzed up at the baseball
Getting all
game.
glizzed up.
Glizzed up.
I went so I was on, I think this was the 2012 Warp Tour. We had a day off and we went to the Twins versus the Yankees, and boy, let me tell you, that was really funny. Like, we got lucky enough to be sitting with Yankees that didn't want to beat us up, because we're all yelling at each other back, but it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. They thought we were fun, but we definitely spoke our mind and we won, so it was awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was good.
That's what everybody does at baseball games. But in Philly, we, for some reason, like to fight each other. Like the last game I went to, it was like Philly fans fighting each other. I'm like, what? This is so chaotic. Like, why are you arguing, man? It's just,
I mean,
Philly.
like that is a sporting thing that y'all are known for.
That is very true. Yeah,
Oh.
that is very true.
What's that, Jordan?
I felt the
Today,
need.
tomorrow, forever.
I felt the need to speak my mind.
I see. I like it.
I see.
Yeah, the Yankees were cool once, you know. They had Babe Ruth. That was a cool thing.
One time.
You had to be there.
You had to be
You had
there.
to be there.
You know that
John
Babe
Goodman,
Ruth
he made that movie about him, didn't he? No.
You know that
Babe?
Babe Ruth once punched an umpire in the face during a game?
What was that?
Babe Ruth once punched an umpire.
Oh yeah, I saw it in that John Goodman movie.
Talking about that pig movie, right, Pat?
Yeah. In the city.
Savage. Such a savage.
I like how you have these like anti-Yankees lines just like ready to go.
Locked and loaded.
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
We're Minnesota sports fans. We don't have much to cheer about.
I have, if it like over here, I actually have a pennant from like one of the only like accolades we have in Minnesota, 1987 World Series. So like, look, I get it, like we don't have a whole lot to be like to gloat about.
Were you born yet when the Twins last won a playoff series, or did that not happen yet?
Me?
Oh, yeah,
I'm old as fuck, dude. I've been alive through both World Series. So
that was a little bit of a drag. That was a Twins drag, not a U drag.
Okay. That's okay. I'm just saying I'm old. I've been there. I've been alive.
I was at the Yankees 09 World Series clinching game. I was there on their one.
I mean, to be fair, like to be alive during a Yankees like playoff run isn't special.
No,
Almost
but I was
everybody has had
I wasn't
that.
like alive when I was there. I was at the stadium when they won.
I know, but what I'm saying there's been a lot of opportunities for people to do that.
You're not hearing him, Jordan.
But you know what? We beat the Phillies, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, well, we won the year before, so
Y'all, we've gotten so hard off. Hey, let's talk while we're talking about fucking Philadelphia. I'm really pissed about the fucking Eagles going to the bowl in our home. That sucked.
yeah.
That sucked. What a heartbreaking year for us. But
O'Hara, what are you eating?
speaking of eating and not talking about sports, we have one food for thought question left, and it's wild. You all have decided to get into the food truck scene. What kind of food does the Smooth Brain food truck sell?
Sun chips.
Sun chips?
Sponsored by Sun Chips.
I'll take it.
What would we sell?
My instinct is like terrible, like brain-shaped ice cream.
Yeah. Something brain shaped. That's what I was thinking.
Or hey, take a cue from Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, and you just sell cured monkey brains.
Raw
Easy.
ham.
Huh?
Raw hamburger.
Oh yeah.
Or you like if you're gonna go Temple of Doom, you could take the heart that you rip out of your chest.
You could do that.
Yeah, we'll sell those.
Delicious.
It's very dark. This is a very dark food truck.
Actually,
Yummy.
We actually discussed at one point making brain-shaped sweets and bringing them to shows to sell, and then we realized we could probably get sued for that, so we didn't do it. But like
Why?
we thought about it
Why would you get sued?
because like you have to have a permit to sell food, and if like somebody gets sick, you get in a lot of trouble.
Well, if you made like a sucker, I don't think you could make like a brain sucker.
A little different on the East Coast, Pat. Not like us Midwest over here.
Us Midwesterns, we're just bringing casseroles around.
I'd be buying food on the side of the road
We've
over
got
here.
hot dishes. We brought it over to the show.
You did that here? Oh my god. You'd probably die. Or just be really, really high.
I don't like, even if I ate meat, I don't trust a hot dog stand in New York City. I just don't.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Sure. I've never had a hot dog from like a vendor before at like on the side of the road.
I think we would sell tea, like our own like because this is another thing we've talked about is like making our own, like our
Tea.
own unique tea, like the way that some bands make hot sauces.
Okay.
Pink
Man.
tea.
Some
What
nice
if we could
tea.
make it pink? That would be so cool.
There you go.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that
Oh, yeah.
down.
I would do hot sauce though, because I put hot sauce on fucking everything.
I've
Yeah.
thought about making my own hot sauce and shit. I've actually made my own hot sauce once, and it was actually pretty good. But I've never tried it a second time.
That's
Just
actually
that one time.
that's
It's a
how
good
I
story.
met Action Adventure was that same show where they were saying that Chicago pizza's better.
Mhm.
It was at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn. That's closed now, but that's where it used to be.
I think they're back.
Yeah, it's back somewhere else. I don't know. I haven't been. And there was a place across the street from the Knitting Factory called Rose's Pizza, and that was the spot to go to if you're going to the Knitting Factory. And
Okay.
so I bought Action Adventures hot sauce, bought some pizza from Rose's, and I was like, y'all, you need to try this. And that's how I like made friends with them.
Nice.
And also that night I met LA, who I spoke to you guys about earlier, who went on to do some portrait photos for us and a couple of tour photos for us.
Yeah.
And she's the one who was in MSG this past week. So
Nice.
that was a very important show in Smooth Brain history.
Oh yeah. I forgot where I was. Sorry. I was like, was I waiting for somebody else to say, or were we answering questions, or were we talking? And I just emptied my brain. But with that, we're moving on to the last segment. And this is rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
Uh-oh.
Since there's four of you, this could get a little, so this is where friendships sometimes are tested.
They've already been tested. Hit us.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So all you're going to do, rapid fire questions, you're going to speak from the heart, shoot from the hip. First answer, first thing pops in your head, that's your answer. All right. Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mellow yellow.
I have no idea what Mellow Yellow is, so Mountain Dew.
I don't know Mellow Yellow either.
Okay.
It's going to be Mountain Dew. My apologies.
That's okay. Mellow Yellow is just Coke's Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's it. All right. Horror or comedy movies?
Horror.
Comedy.
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 Ooh.
In my heart, it's comedy. I wanted to say horror.
I wanted to too. I love horror movies, but I feel like deep down.
Whatever is
Wanted
in
to-
your heart. All
wanted
right.
to be cool.
This isn't an either or, but real quick, what is the most random item you have within your reach right now?
Swiffer duster.
What is that? A pug?
This was the top of a cookie jar, but it's now just a pug disembodied
Pug
head.
head. All right.
Random.
Whiffer duster.
Little bells.
Little bells. A
It's
piece
a
of
little,
paper.
no, it's like a little
Kleenex?
eyeglass cleaner.
Oh, nice.
Matt, what do you got?
Willie Nelson.
Oh, your Willie Nelson card. See, I've got a
Not
new
Willie
thing.
Nelson. Hey, yo.
Wait,
'Cause
what
Matt
kind of
bought
card is
this
that?
for me. I was really excited. It was such a nice gift. It was a
That's
deluxe
awesome.
movie edition. Topps Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards, like a full thing.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
It's
Hera,
from
do you want to talk about tops?
1990.
Y'all,
It's
I work
still
for
like
Tops.
sealed.
I literally work for Tops. We're talking work now.
We're talking
You work for Tops? Can you get me a more perfect box of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards that I can gift to Matt?
A more perfect?
Yeah, more perfect than that one.
I don't need those. Look awesome. I've never even seen those before.
Yeah, this is 1990. It's from the movie.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's
The heck? I
Did
want
you
those.
see the look on Harris' face when you said Tops? Like, I think like
Taking years off of her life.
My card's from Panini, so you don't have to worry.
Oh, those are, that Willie Nelson card's not, that's not Tops.
I'm
Willie's good.
legally not allowed to talk about Panini right now, but
What is the food? We just talked about food, so
What is a
paninis
panini? It's a sandwich.
Yum.
Cowboy boot.
we're not on food now.
No.
Literally.
Okay. My brain wanted to just start talking about Steve Brule and paninis and okay. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Cartoon Network.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Push. It's 50 for me. 50-50.
Okay.
Quickly.
So this should be a pretty simple answer, I would say. Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Regular.
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 Deep dish? What? Just kidding.
Oh,
I was like, huh?
Ooh.
who's that?
Who said that?
I'll order soup if I want it.
Just sauce pie.
All right. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Lindsay Lohan?
It's Lindsay.
I think Lindsay. Yeah.
All right. Newfound Glory or MXPX?
It's Newfound Glory.
Newfound
Yeah,
Glory.
Newfound Glory.
All respect to mixed picks, but it is Newfound Glory.
All right. And we have one question left. We're going to have one of you. Can one of you sing us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle?
Oh, O'Reilly. Auto parts.
Perfect. Beautiful. It was lovely. I loved it.
Thank
you
you.
so much. That is the end of our rapid fire questions. And you did it. You finished the podcast.
Oh, we made it.
Now's your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
So you can find us at Smooth Brain Music on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Threads. And then Twitter is at Smooth Brain Band. And yeah, we're writing some new stuff. We're hopefully gonna have some stuff released Q1 next year, maybe like spring, and then we're gonna have our tour in October. I'm sure it'll be announced by the time this is out. So yeah, tour in October. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
And if this is not out, put your guesses who we're touring with in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Man. I'm gonna put all the guesses. I'm gonna say
What's your guess?
Newfound Glory.
They're actually
How
right
tight is
here.
Wow. Actually, that'd be even funnier if it was me saying that and be like, they're inviting you on tour. And you're like, oh shit. Mine's blown.
It was gonna be MXPX, but
Yeah, I turned the camera a little bit. They're like, oh. See, the thing is, like with that question, as I tell everybody all the time, it is not like a who's better, to at least to me, because I fucking love both of them. It's just a personal preference because MXPX fucking rules too.
Yeah.
Is Mest an option?
No, I didn't say Mest, but I do like Mest.
I love Mest.
Mest. Well, a Cadillac.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Everybody make sure you check out Smooth Brain. Go follow them on all their socials. Engage. Let's be part of a community. Me and Matt now, we're going to go hop into the Unsigned Pop Punk News, and you're about to hear that little tune right here. What's up, gang? Welcome back to hearing our voices after that music break. This is the Unsigned Pop Punk News, and, you know, as always, we want to hear from you. So shoot us some comments, give us a phone call, you know, pick up your rotary phone, call 1-800. I don't know.
Why wouldn't you just go with 1-800-POP-PUNK?
Oh, yeah. 1-800-POP-PUNK. Oh, dude, that's like probably perfect, isn't it? Dang.
Some random business is now going to get random phone calls.
1-800-POP-PUNK. Call it.
Buy that number.
Let's find it. Let's buy it. It'd be perfect. Yeah. So, you know, tell us all about your love of Smooth Brain, or, you know, stories you got with them, and, you know, let's join our Discord. Links below. We also added a whole bunch of stuff to our merch store. At this point, we have added a lot of stuff. I'm gonna flip my hat backwards because I'm gonna be serious now. We've added some kid sizes to stuff. Go to the store, check it out. Some really cool new merch. We're gonna be doing a lot more merch drops, limited merch and stuff. We got some cool things coming your way. Speaking of cool things coming their way.
I'm sorry, I was real stuck on the 1-800-POP-PUNK. I found
Were you looking it up?
Buy it.
Can we buy it?
Yeah.
How much is it?
We can buy 1-866. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
There's
I'll look. You switch. You tell them about the stuff, and I'll look it up.
.com, 800.com. But, you know, we have a gender equality shirt. Says gender equality is dope as fuck. The fuck is censored, so you can wear it at school. Don't take that from me. I did not. Can't. Or, you know what? Have your principal call 1-800-POP-PUNK. We'll air it out if you want to wear it at school. But with that shirt, 15% of every purchase of that gender equality shirt is donated to the Trevor Project, whose mission is to end suicide among LGBTQ youth. So help us in supporting the amazing cause and support saving young LGBTQ lives.
Absolutely.
Also, friends, October 7th is right around the corner. Have you bought your emo prom tickets up in Superior, Wisconsin at the old post office? You know, I was just at the punk rock flea market, and I was talking to our fellow punk rock flea market goers, and we were talking about how I don't know what the old post office is in Superior, Wisconsin. So we were just saying that was Pat's old post office. So you should come to Pat's old post office and hang out, have some fun, get crowned king and queen of the emo prom. It's on October 7th. Buy your tickets on our website. Just go to unsignedpoppunk.com/events.
Absolutely. And Matt, I did go to that website, and I did find one for us. I found one, and it's awesome. Yep. Also, by the next episode, we might let you call us toll free with your rotary phone, or with a cell phone. You could call us on your cell phone too. But guess what? If you've got Twitch, you can watch us, and let's be a part of our Twitch community. You know, we got New Music Friday on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Super awesome music video show. I'm jumping ahead. That's on Thursdays, okay? That's on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And on Wednesdays, I'm going back now, is the top 10 video countdown that we talked about earlier in the episode with Smooth Brain, where they made it to number 3 because they're awesome. That's at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And friends, that's the way the news goes. Thanks so much to Matt for always being my friend. Thank you to Gibby for being his Gibby best. Thank you to Lawrence Crow for making all of our super awesome designs, making us look so darn pretty. Thanks to Ross at Electric Kiwi for doing all the cool website stuff and making everybody else in the community have awesome websites as well. If you need websites and web design, hit up Ross at Electric Kiwi. That's it. I think that's where we are. Thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for being a part of our lives and our community, and we will see you, and you'll see us and listen to us next Monday. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.